VAT is an indirect tax, also sometimes referred to as consumption tax, imposed on both goods and services and applied at each stage of the supply chain and as a cost borne by the consumer. Well, I think like many other countries in the region, VAT is going to provide the country with, number one, an additional source of income, contributing to continued provision of high quality public services into the future, reduce their dependence on oil and other hydrocarbons as a source of revenue, which is a very important thing that many countries are focusing on. Well, I think they're certainly hoping it will, following on the footsteps of other countries around them. I think the implementation of VAT is obviously an indication of a maturing economy, give them the opportunity to strengthen their economy through further diversification away from reliance on oil. Well, it's going to impact the construction sector like it will any other, in terms of cash flow impacts, requirements for new and additional administrative compliance, changes in operating models, financial systems, transactional periods, and ultimately how you deal with your customers. VAT will pretty much impact every aspect of your business, and it's applicable on both goods and services at every stage of your supply chain. And it's very important to note that should a business fail to adapt to the upcoming changes and applicable laws, VAT will also become an additional cost to your business, as well as the possibility of having fines imposed. Well, as per the GCC treaty, all businesses whose annual taxable supplies exceeds or is expected to exceed 375,000 Saudi riyals, or the equivalent in other currencies, needs to register for VAT. A business with annual taxable supplies that exceed 187,500 Saudi riyals, or the equivalent in other currencies, may voluntarily register for VAT. Well, I think there are 5 key responsibilities. The first is that you must register for VAT, obviously. The second would be to charge VAT on all taxable goods. Number 3 would be to reclaim any VAT paid on business-related inputs. The 4th, obviously, to maintain appropriate and relevant business records, very critical, in line with the requirements of the relevant tax authorities. And finally, to report, again, absolutely critical as a VAT registered business, on all VAT charged and collected, obviously where the net amount is to be paid to the tax authority concerned. Well, the benefits are numerous. I mean, when your business reaches the mandatory taxable supply threshold of 375,000 Saudi riyals, or equivalent in other currencies, VAT processors will be entrenched in your business, leaving, I guess, one less thing to worry about. VAT registered businesses transacting with you will also require VAT compliance documentation. Should you not be able to provide such documentation, they may choose not to do business with you, which is obviously not what you want. Well, I might also add that there's a definitive learning curve involved in becoming a VAT compliant vendor. So by upskilling your team and business before you're legally required to collect tax, you're not only future-proofing your business, but also empowering your team with the skills and knowledge and giving them the opportunity to familiarise themselves with the processes and requirements of compliance. Well, the consequences can be quite severe and not really a road you want to go down. Administrative penalties can be issued for violations, even if considered accidental or unintentional. Continuous violations that are deemed to be due to carelessness or on purpose or intentional can actually result in imprisonment. Look, if VAT is not applied correctly, it's going to become an administrative cost and burden to your business, and non-compliance with tax law will lead to severe penalties. It's really not an option. Well, as a proven cost management and enterprise accounting system, this is clearly a language that we speak and understand, and we've already assisted many customers both in the region and globally to automate the issuance of tax compliant invoices and credit notes, to maintain full and detailed transactional records, produce reports for compliance purposes like VAT returns, in setting up their VAT ledger codes, and generally to become fully VAT compliant. So I guess in summary, our long history and experience in this field, we want to act as partners to our customers, both in terms of people and technology, to ensure that VAT does not become a burden on your business.